All right, so the last couple of days have been a little bit challenging. So let's see what happens this day. All right, climb hill and again try and contact the elves. My volume level looks a little high. Let me back the mic off there. All right, stress signal handheld device must not be working properly. Package from stress signal got out of order. You need to reorder the list of packets. Your puzzle input to code message. For example, yeah, we've seen puzzles like this before. This is pairs of packets. Packets are separated by the blank line. You identify how many pairs of packets are in the right order. 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1. Okay, let's see. Packet data consists of each ends with a blank, contains 0 or more, comma, separated values. All right, each packet is always a list and appears on its own line. The first value is called the left, the second value is called the right. If both values are integers, the lower integer should come first. If the left integer is higher than the right integer, inputs are not, yeah. Otherwise, the input's the same integer. Continue checking the next part of the input. Both values are lists. For the first value of each list, then the second value, and so on. If the left list runs out of items first, the inputs are in the right order. If the right list runs out of items first, the inputs are not in the right order. If the lists are the same length and no comparison makes a decision about the order, continue checking. Exactly one value is an integer. Convert the integer to a list, which contains that integer as its only value, and then retry the comparison. For example, 0, 0, 0 to 2, then convert the right value to 2. Okay, using these rules you can determine. All right, so here we go. Compare 1 to 1, compare 1 to 1, compare 3 to 5, left side is smallest, the inputs are in the right order. Okay, compare that to that. So we compare 1 to 1, which, okay. Compare 2, 3, 4 to 4, mixed types, convert 4 to 4, 2, 3, 4, 2 versus 4, so it's in the right order. Compare 9 to 8, 7, 6. 9 is mixed, sure. Convert left to 9, retry. Compare 9 to 8, 7, 6, 9 versus 8. Right side is smaller, so inputs are not in the right order. Okay. Bunch more stuff. What are the indices of the pairs that are already in the right order? First pair is index 1. In the above example, the pairs in the right order are 1, 2, 4, 6. The sum of these is 13. Determine which pairs of packets are already in right order. What is the sum of the indices of those pairs? We're going to have a lot of these, right? Actually, not that bad. All right. So the reality is we want to go take a look at this. First thing we need to do is figure out what's the best way to parse this. Let's throw the input over here. Right? We'll put the input there. So first of all, let's not, actually, yeah, we assume that's okay. Let's see. We want to return basically a tri-state, which is compare items. This can be a string. Left, string right, right? So the rules are both ints, then left less than right is true, right, let's see, left greater than right is false, left equal to right is going to be null, okay? Int plus list, convert int to list and retry, right? So list, let's see, so both lists, right? Walk each walk each item and compare. If left runs out before right and everything else was null, then true, else false. Those are the rules, right? If exactly one is an integer, convert to a list, right? So we did that. So that's the easy one, right? So if left sub 0 is this, and right sub 0 is not this, then we're going to return compare items left, and then this will be right this, okay? So if left sub 0 is not equal to this, but right sub 0 is equal to this, then we do the exact same thing, except we do it like this, which is left and right. Okay, so that's this. So if left sub 0 is not equal to this and right sub 0 is not equal to this, these are, by the way, backwards. Okay, so this is the both ints. Left int is int parse left. Right int is int parse right. Right? And then we say return left int less than right int. That is true. Otherwise, we have right int greater than left int. That's false. Otherwise, it's null. Okay, so that's this. So now we have lists. We have items. Okay, so left items is going to be left trim start of this, trim end of this, and then we're going to split on this, and then we're going to select int parse. No, we're not going to int parse. We don't know that they're ints. Right, we don't know that they're ints, so we want to leave them as strings. So that's okay. And they are comma separated, so there's no spaces to worry about. So then we'll do the right items, do the same thing. Right items. And then left index, let's see, var index is 0. While true. If, let's see, so the rule here is left runs out of items first, they're in the correct order, right runs out, they're not. If the list is same length, no comparison, then we just continue. So it's just kind of like the ints, except we basically say if left items count is equal to the index, And we'll say if the right items count is equal to the index, we return null. Let's do this instead. We'll say return right items count is equal to index. That'll be null. Otherwise, we're good, right? So if we've run out of things on the left side, this should go to array, by the way, to array. Okay, so if we've run out of things on the left, okay, there we go. Cannot be, oh yeah, this must be length and not count, of course, because inconsistency is just for fun. Okay, so if we got here and this is true, then we're going to return false. Otherwise, we're going to say item result is going to be compare items. Compare items of left items at index and the right items at index. If item result is not equal to null, return the item result. So we will definitely end up out of here somehow. We just need we can turn this into a 4. Var index is 0. And we don't need a test. We can just do this, because all the other tests will get us out of here. Okay, let's test some data here, right? So let's do console write line compare items 11311 and 11511. Right? What's going to happen here? So that's true. So what we're looking for here now is, right, true, true, false, true. So we need 1, 2, 4, and 6. We want 1, 2, 4, and 6 to be true. Okay, so we want 1, 2, 4, 6 to be true. Let's see, we'll do an index here, which is 0. The result being 0 is fine. While index is less than, all right, this is just a 4. All right, index is less than data length, index plus equals 2, right? Because we're going to go 2 at a time. Var result is compare items, data index plus 1, right? And then we're also going to do console write line. We're going to say pair index divided by 2 plus 1 is equal to the result, right? Which, what is your problem? Oh, is equal to compare. So you're going to be equal to compare, right? 1 is 2, not in the correct format. All right, so this. Console write line comparing. Come on, you're killing me here. Comparing left to right. Let's see where we're screwing up the parsing here. 113, because that was true. Can't compare 1 to 1. Okay, that doesn't seem right. So we got in here. Oh, no. See, we can't do trim. We have to do 1 to -1. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. 1 to -1. Okay, apparently we can't do that. We can only do, let's see, left.length -2, right length -2, I think is right. And in order to do that, I'm pretty sure I have to put those in parentheses. All right. I think that's right. So comparing empty to empty. That's interesting. So comparing 1 to 1, that's fine. Right. Is this the wrong length? Maybe this is the wrong length. That should be -1. There you go. This is weird. Right, because this should be, oh, I see. Yeah, we can't necessarily just totally split like this. Right. We need to sort of parse inside out a little bit, I think is really what the problem is, right? Because yeah, we need to split these on commas, but we need to not split on the commas that are inside of more parentheses, right? So this is going to be left items. We'll call this left items text and right items text, right? And then left items is a new list of string. Actually, let's just go right a little. Let's see. String, let's see, string array unwrap a value, right? So we'll do an unwrap on this, unwrap on this. All right, so unwrap on this. And now you're left items again and not left items text. And then we'll do a console write line, unwrapping value. All right, and then we'll do result is a new list of string, to array, sure, that's fine. While, let's see, var index is, actually, this is your for loop again. For var index is 0, index is less than, index is less than value length, double plus index. Okay, so this is going to be the start. Let's go look at our real data. Do we have any numbers that are Oh yeah, so we definitely have multi-digit numbers, so we need to plan for that. Okay, end is the start. If, let's see, so while value at end is not equal to a comma, and, okay, let's do this, yeah, while end is less than value length. Okay, apparently this wants to be another 4, var end is start, double plus end. Okay, so let's see, inner count is 0. Inner count is 0. So keep going if the inner count is greater than 0 or wait a minute. What do I actually want to say here? Maybe a for loop isn't what I really want here. End is start. While true, because I just want to write, I don't want to write if statements. Okay. So if end is a comma and inner count is 0, inner count is 0, that means we found a marker here, right? We're going to break out. That's the last thing we're going to do. Start is going to go to the end, and results add value from start to end, right? And we're also going to console write line, new value. That's what we're going to call you. New value, var, new value is this. That's going to be that. So if end is equal to this, then inner count plus plus. If end is equal to this, inner count minus minus. If, let's see, double plus end is equal to value length, then we need to break. Actually, this is exactly the same, or end is equal to value length minus 1. Okay. So end to double plus. All right. And then that'll put us there. So start will get that, and then start will get incremented. So I think that's correct. Let's see what happens here. Unwrapping, well, okay. I don't understand how that worked. Start, so end is start. If end, oh, God bless America. If the value of end is this, not actual end. Okay. Well, that's okay. So we got 1131 blank, which is not good. The blank shouldn't be in there. So we got to the end here. I think we do that. Is that right? No, that's not it. Maybe it's that. No, that's not it either. We got a blank. How did we end up with a blank? So we got 1, 1, 3, 1. We should be pointed at 1. Right? So then start end. All right line, new value. What am I doing wrong here? 1, 1, 3, 1 blank. Start to end is new value. Okay. 8 to 8. 6 to 7. So 8 to 8. Oh, what we should do, so that test that I had in mind was correct, except it needs to be like this. Because we don't want to try and take value end, right? Oh, there we go. That's unwrapping is now good. All right, I'm confident in that. Okay. So that's true, right? So that's okay. We got 1 to 1, 2, 3, 4 to 4, 2, 3, 4, unwrapping 2, 3, 4, unwrapping 4, comparing 2 to 4. So that's true. We don't need the unwrapping line. Did we end up with all the right answers? True, 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 false, null. Okay, so the inputs are not in the right order. Let's see. Hang on. Let's try this again. True, 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 true. That doesn't seem right. Because we want 1, 2, 4, and 6 to be true, right? All right, so let's find out what's going on with 3. So 9 to 8, 7, 6. So comparing 9 to 8. How did that come back true? That shouldn't be true. So if left, oh my God. This is backwards. So if left int is greater than right int, it's false. Okay. So 3 is false. So we've got true, true, false, true, false, true, false, false. That all looks okay then. So we're counting. All right, let's comment that out. We're going to say if compare is true, then we're going to say result plus equals index divided by 2 plus 1. You're going to tell me I don't need those parentheses. That's fine. That's going to be 13, all right? Okay, let's get our real data. See what happens here with our real data. Run 6395. 6395. Good. Part 2. Okay, now you just need to put all the packets in the right order. Disregard the blank lines in your list. Stress signal protocol also requires you include 2 additional packets. Using the same rules as above, organize all packets, the ones in your list of received packets, as well as the 2 divider packets into the correct order. Two additional packets, a 2 and a 6. Okay. Disregard the blank lines. The distress signal protocol also requires you include 2 additional dividers. Using the same rules as above, organize all packets, the ones in your list of received packets as well as the 2 divider packets, into the correct order. Organize all the packets into the correct order. For the above example, so basically we're sorting everything, right? Afterwards, locate the divider packets, find the decoder key for this distress signal. You determine the indices of the 2 divider packets and multiply them together. first packet is at index 1. Okay, so in this example, it's 10 and 14, which gives us 140. So now we need to sort them all. Okay. You're welcome to just return that. var index is 0, index is less than data length, double plus index. So in essence, we need to sort these packets. So this is a comparer. I think we can order these. We can just do an order, right? And then we'll just say new data is a new list of string from the existing data that also gets 2 and 6. Two and 6. Interesting that we correctly sorted these. I don't know by what rule. So let's do compare. Let's see. Special sorter. So let's do class special sorter is an I comparer of string, right? We compare string and that, and we say return compare items. Let's see, results is compare items of X and Y. Compare items of X and Y, return result is true. So I compare X is less than Y is a less than 0. So that means you're a -1. Otherwise, you're a false. You're a 1. Otherwise, you're a 0. Can I use local variables, local as top level? Cannot use a function that's top level function. That's fine actually, because what we'll do is we'll just get rid of you and write you in these terms anyway, right? So return compare your left, your right, and we'll say, first of all, if left is null or right is null, throw new invalid operation exception. Okay, so true is a -1, false is a 1, and null is a 0. All right, so null is a 0, true is a -1, true is a -1, false is a 1. This is compare. Item result is not equal to 0. We don't have null in here. Unwrap needs to come down here now as a local. Right, unwrap comes down here as a local, which is fine. And then comparer is equal to new special sorter. Okay, compare is comparer. Come on, comparer dot compare. If compare is -1, right? Let's just do that. Let's make sure we didn't break that. So you're still 13, and for the real data, you're still 63.95. That's what we submitted, right? 63.95. Okay, good. Now if I come back up here, we have new data, and then I'm going to do, we do this, and then we're going to do for each var item in new data dot order by, order by, we have a comparer, the key selector. No, we want, so we want just like new data dot sort. That's what we want. We want the comparer. Console write line new data. All right. List a string. That's not what I want. Also, back to the old data, please. So you're a list of string. Item should be a string. Console write line item. That would be helpful instead of new data. So does that look like the sort order that we expected? Kind of does, doesn't it? Right? 1, 4, 2, 3, 6 in the right place. So that's the data. Targets is new data index of 2 times, let's see, return times new data index of 6, except these of course need to be +1 because they start with 1 and not 0. So that gives us 140, which is 140. Let's try it with our real data. All right, 24921, 24921. Okay, so there we go. This problem is obviously fundamentally just about parsing. That's really all this problem is. And the data that they give you obviously is just crazy complicated, but the rules for parsing are relatively straightforward, right? And that's this unwrap function is essentially a parse, right? So unwrap is essentially taking away a pair. Well, we've taken away the outside pair and we unwrap all the individual values in the middle. And the individual values in the middle ignore commas that are inside, buried inside of unbalanced square brackets. We only care about the commas that aren't inside the square brackets. And that's what this inner count does, right? Inner count going up and down has everything to do with counting the brackets, and so that we will ignore any commas that aren't inside there. And so that's how we end up with this. Fairly straightforward, kind of a parsing problem, right? Not too difficult. It's, if you've never done a parsing problem like this, it can seem a little bit confusing. Obviously, we started down a shortcut path that didn't work, right? When I was just trying to do splits, that wasn't working. Trying to do trims, that wasn't working because, of course, I don't want to trim too much, right? Trim was consuming too much stuff, and the raw split doesn't take into account the unbalanced pairs. So that's why we ended up with unwrap. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow.